From the I could have told you this without a study department, having more than 2 kids is linked to weaker brain function. Now, it is good to get validation. Still wouldn't change my ways, but apparently 3's a crowd. Did they say anything about 4? Researchers from Columbia University and Paris-Dauphine University report having more than 2 kids may have a negative impact on late life cognition. The study shows that older parents with just 2 children appeared sharper cognitively than those with 3. That's because the parents with 3 or more kids are just plain exhausted and probably gave up or just don't care. I kid. All right, let's see what the study finds. Ooh, I said the name of our website. Okay, let's see. The connection between kids and cognition was particularly strong among parents in Northern Europe. This is noteworthy because in those countries, having a lot of children usually decreases financial resources without necessarily improving social resources. So, why do more kids lead to the potential cognitive decline? Researchers can't say for now, but point to a few different possibilities and contradictions. Basically, more mouths to feed means spending more money, which leads to a lower overall family income and increased chances of falling below the poverty line. Basically, the theory is that consistent financial anxiety leads to late life cognition drop-offs. Basically, my theory earlier was not too far off the mark, I guess. Having more kiddos can also be related to women's lower labor market participation, which is a fancy way to say it means fewer hours worked and lower earnings, which means less retirement. In comparison to somebody who remains on the workforce full-time, researchers say that positively affects cognitive functioning in both men and women when you don't have to worry about the finances. Another theory, more kids means less time. I see their point here, but I really like being around the fam, so it also may depend on who you are. But when they are kiddos, study authors say parents with more kids are more likely to be stressed, have less relaxation time, and often complain of sleep deprivation. Wow, I wasn't too off the mark there either. Like I've said in other videos, I react to these as I read them, just like you would when listening. That way I can hopefully come up with some of the questions or thoughts you might have. The researchers say that having 3 or more kids is equivalent to 6.2 years of aging. Scientists say that studies should also be done to see what having 1 child or none does to the late life cognition as well. I think the challenge here is probably about time management and possibly being maybe a little more or less optimistic or having a positive attitude. I mean, clearly, if you have the means to support a family of size, it's going to be way less stressful than if you're struggling all the time. But the bottom line here, according to the study authors, it does take a toll. Okay, you can check out more on this and other studies by clicking in the link in the description below and head over to StudyFinds.com.